Now in these modern times, motorcycles are usually built in antiseptic factories, but to catch one being built first-hand in a garage is quite something else. Abhishek Singh caught up with custom bike builder Vardenchi to do just that. Here's the build of the Sunburn chopper.
What do you do when your editor pulls rank, shows you your place and rides off on the most awesome street bike to hit the country in a long time, leaving you behind the camera? Well, you build this and you bring it to the Sunburn Festival in Mumbai. Let me explain. Flashback.
We've basically taken the brief from what the PDM team had to say about what they wanted into the motorcycle. We're starting with the structure and then we're going to design the entire motorcycle today. What happens from here is in the next week, once all the parts are painted, fabricated and then kind of put together, we'll assemble the motorcycle within a span of 2 days. Okay. So we'll probably work through the night, one entire day, work through the next day, have it ready, and then by the evening we'll head out to then go meet Shailendra Singh and hand over the keys.
And so the build-off was underway. The design element was more or less complete, and the Vardenchi technicians, under Akshay's guidance, began the bike's assembly. It was going to be a long 2 days. The raked front forks, the 21-inch front tire, and the massive back wheel were the top priority for the assembly. Then came in the swanky exhaust. Main assembly complete, it was time to take care of the electricals and the wiring. The Angel Eye headlamp was distinctly designed, but distinct design takes time.
We fitted most of the parts on. The rear wheel and mudguard came on first. We did the front suspension, the front wheel, tire, mudguard has come on, the front headlamp has come on. We put on the side panels and the exhaust pipe. So most of all the assemblies are done. The basics of wirings and settings are going on. The final, what we'll now do is put on the tank, fuel the motorcycle, and start her up.
And then she was more or less put together, and it was time to fuel her up and hear the roar of that engine.
So as you can see, we're all done. We've put absolutely everything together on this motorcycle and it looks just about right. Couple of niggles here and there, and we'll have to fix the electrical so they run right. But all in all, I can say that the Sunburn chopper has finally been completed. Now what's left is to take her out for a test. We're going to test her tonight, and hopefully tomorrow we'll take her out and hand it over to the Sunburn team.
If you make a statement, you make it in style. And that's what Vardenchi had in mind. The chopper was to be handed over at the Sunburn Festival being held in Mumbai.
I think the bikes are spectacular, man. You just have to look at them. They're mean, they've got this attitude about them. It is just a very, very cool product, and Sunburn is really pleased to be associated with Vardenchi.
Ever see a cool car or a hot motorcycle and wonder what it'd be like to own that bad boy? Well, here on the show, we most certainly have, and we found out. Here's life with the BMW M3 Sport Coupe.
This is a 2008 BMW M3, the first one in India. 3 years ago when the car came, it was unique. So but later you saw many M3s coming in India, so I just wanted to upgrade it make it something more different for myself. It's got a Haman exhaust. Stock M3 doesn't have that great sound, but the Haman sound, stock BHP is around 425. Because of the exhaust, it makes it around 465 horsepower. And there's also the front bumper is also by Haman, and you can see the small things like carbon fiber mirrors, carbon fiber eyelids, spoilers, and the kidneys. There are lovely roads around Ahmedabad, like the Ahmedabad-Baroda Express Highway. It's a lovely stretch of 100 kilometers. Maybe you could cover it in 20-25 minutes. But this car is much more fun in the city because of the handling. We've taken it to Bombay. We made it to Bombay in 4.5 hours, 500 kilometers in 4.5 hours. We've taken it to Mount Abu in Rajasthan. The car can go for donuts, like as many donuts as you want. Drifting. It's basically a Tokyo Drift car, but with a much better handling, because it's a BMW M3. It's got launch control in it. Launch control is basically for a drag race, like from standstill to pull a stretch, say for a mile stretch. The car RPM and the gears shift according to what's needed. The best performance comes out when the launch control is activated in the car. From standstill to 0 to 100, it takes less than 4 seconds, like around 3.8 to 4 seconds. The car has touched over 300, around 300 kilometers an hour, the top speed of the car. Still the speed limit, there's a lock from the company, which is at 300. It's got a meter ahead of that, but there's a speed lock. The best part when the car had just come in 2008. During that time, there were hardly any hardtop convertibles in Ahmedabad. When they used to see the car, they used to just gather around it and clap at the opening of the hardtop, because it used to seem something like Transformers to them. The make of the car is basically a German make, so a German and a Japanese can't ever compete. So I would suggest, if you want to go for a performance car in India, a supercar, rather go for a BMW M3 in this segment rather than going for a Japanese car like a GTR. So, it's the same price, but the feel, what you get in it, and the control and everything in this car, handling, power, everything is much more better.
And that was our show for this week. We've had a great time making it. We hope you've had a good time watching. Remember, you can catch the entire episode online at timesnow.tv or YouTube, or join the conversation at facebook.com/timesdrive. Till next week then, ciao.